What's going on? Mike Neumann here at Impact Fitness in Bradley. You're a natural in front of the camera, man. You just are. You can stay in front of the camera. We're at Impact Fitness in Bradley. Brian Ebersole is in town from Australia for a few weeks, so I wanted to sit him down, ask him a few questions, catch up with Brian Ebersole. Brian, how you feeling being back home?
It's fun being home. I had a very, very good 2011, and it's nice to actually come home and not pass through and have to get right back to work.
Absolutely.
So I've been able to settle and hang out, do some different projects. It hasn't just been all about MMA for me in this last couple of weeks. So
yeah, what kind of projects is that? Just working towards doing bigger and better things?
I'm planning a trip back to Australia, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
When I get to go overseas,
sure.
I get a little bit excited.
Yeah.
But here at home, I've actually bought 2 properties, so I'm looking to
Nice.
close on those,
Good deal.
fix them up a little bit, and yeah, do something with the head start I've been given with last year's nice paychecks.
Yeah, well, you're one guy that's definitely paid his dues. I mean, you've been living the fight game ever since I can remember you when you were little, back in kids club wrestling, and you had to support this fighting career of yours through regular various jobs. You bounced in bars. What else did you do before you got in the UFC? What kind of jobs did you hold before the last couple of years or so to support your career?
You want the laundry list?
Yeah, well, just a few. Just give them an idea of what you did, because your life's changed the last year and a half. I kind of want to talk about that. But I mean, now, of course, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to work a regular job like most of us do. So what would a typical day in the life of Brian Ebersole be now compared to, like, say, 3 years ago?
3 or 4 years ago, my income came from a little bit of MMA,
Yeah.
and then everything else was like piecing together work outside of that. So
Yeah.
it was bars, it was
Sure.
part-time construction.
Nice.
I've done data entry because I can type. I've worked on a hog farm because it was the only full-time job I could get.
Yeah.
To pay rent in college. Yeah, heaps of jobs, pizza delivery, everything.
Everything. I mean, you did what you had to do to keep the dream alive.
Well, you got to pay rent, not the dream alive. Keep me alive.
Well,
we
yeah,
all have to do it.
You never stop fighting because everything's revolved around the fight game. You weren't going to give that. It wasn't even in your mind that you wouldn't fight.
I've always given part of my calendar,
Yeah.
whether it's on a daily, weekly, monthly, or like I said, yearly basis. I've always set aside time for that venture, to train and to compete. It finally paid off. So
okay,
now
and it is paying off right now.
Relax a bit more.
Oh yeah, you can relax a lot more, and people are starting to know you. I think your name's getting out there a lot faster than most new guys in the UFC. So what's a typical day like now?
Loud when I go to the bar.
Yeah,
that's what people know.
Absolutely, that's what the consensus is.
Word of mouth, not so much internet stuff.
No
interviews.
Yeah, do you even run your own Facebook page, or does somebody do that for you?
I run my own Facebook page.
So that is you.
I try not to get too silly, and
okay.
I got kids all the way to octogenarians.
Right.
But yeah, try to keep it tempered for all audiences.
Okay, so what's a typical day like now for you? I mean, do you train hours throughout the day? Is it you take your time off? How's it go?
No, I'm just wearing this for the interview. This is
Yeah. And you got to look the part.
Yeah, I've been losing a bit of weight lately.
Okay, well. Could be.
I've been watching the professionals.
Yeah, so something's coming up then.
I train a couple times a week here at Impact with some old friends, guys that got me started and really helped me along in sport. Tim Sample, Ebersole rushing. Had a former EIU wrestler, Kyle Bracey, come down and wrestle with me a fair bit. So I've had some good pushes in here, but really trying not to get in here too much. I'm trying to stretch and relax and let the body kind of hibernate that little bit. It's winter, so it's a good time to do that.
Yeah.
And the next fight camp comes 2-3 weeks from now.
So
I leave town.
So do you gradually work your way into your fight camp, or do you get more intense as the weeks go on? Because you can't just train hard all year round. I would imagine the injuries wouldn't be able to keep up with you. So, I mean, how's that typically go? You wean yourself into it for 12 weeks, 16 weeks out, you start getting serious, or when do you start getting mentally psyched up for your next fight?
As soon as I sign the contract.
Okay,
now that's a different process. Before I was signing those contracts 3 weeks before a fight.
Yeah.
2 weeks before a fight.
Right.
A month at most. Now it's 3 months before. So I get that 12 weeks to peak and play.
Nice.
I try to work myself up into feeling comfortable to sign that contract.
Okay.
It's hard to sign when you're not healthy, even though you got 3 months.
I would imagine so. That would be a tough decision to make. So once you sign on the dotted line, what changes in your mind? What kind of changes in your training do you make first?
Diet.
Yeah?
And the number of workouts in a week.
Number of workouts in a week. Okay, so what would the number of workouts go to?
Well, it would go from like 3 right about now.
Yeah.
About 6.
You're staying in shape. You're not getting too far.
I'm going all right. The high school wrestling kids keep me busy.
Yeah.
But I would probably train 2 or 3 times every day.
Okay, you mentioned diet too. That's huge because to be an elite athlete, you have to eat like one. I would imagine if you eat junk, you're not going to be able to run optimally in your fights. So what do you do diet-wise when you're getting ready for a fight?
Throughout a day, you just kind of get a feel as to what you can get away with eating. If I know I have a workout, like 2 or 3 hours, I'm not going to have the huge meatloaf meal.
No.
It's, eggs and, good fruit, a bit of veg. I mean, just something small, even if it's just, a shake. Even if it's just
keep feeding that machine.
Yeah, we're going to eat 4 or 5 small meals a day. Now, if I mash on one big meal middle of the day, well, I probably need the next 3 hours to hang out. And I don't always have that. So, doing it on the fly that little bit, but still within the principles that, bodybuilders is.
Yeah. So you just watch your meal frequency and portion size, protein with the carb, all that stuff, somewhat healthy.
Yeah,
okay.
We learn a little bit from you guys.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad we were able to pass on
something. We don't
something
lift quite as heavy, and we don't make 5-pound weights so hard.
Well, you can still kick my ass, so it doesn't really matter how much you can lift. All right, so what's next for Brian Ebersole? You got a fight picked out yet? The rumors are flying. What's going on?
Summer 2012, coming at you. Yeah, I think I'll be healthy for a summer fight.
Yeah, any rumors as to who it could possibly be? You don't want to say anything. Yeah.
I can't, until they tell me. I don't know a thing. I get an email that's one line.
You're thinking in the
That's
summer.
how this works, by the way.
Now, I got to ask you, since you're here, how many people did you fight in front of last? How many would you say? How many thousands of people was that?
My cameraman might have a better idea. Alicia, how many people were there?
It was in the
Toronto. Yeah, about 20.
Yeah, so when you're coming out in front of that many thousands of people, and what goes on through your mind as you're coming down the entrance? You got all these people screaming at you. You're on TV. What's going through your mind? What's happening there? Are you getting psyched up, or are you just trying to think about it? What goes on? Just try to stay calm. Okay.
Yeah, and then I don't look at the audience like it's that many individual people. I look at it almost like sections. Oh, there's a couple sections to the crowd, but
yeah.
That section, just one loud mass of noise and human flesh.
Okay, and you're probably so used to fighting in front of big crowds, probably doesn't even.
Well, you wrestle in front of big crowds as well, so it's all about the 15 minutes in the octagon. I'm not worried about all that. I'm there to observe it like everyone else. It's kind of neat, but yeah, it's not about them.
It's just you against one other man's will.
That's it.
In the middle of the octagon. Okay, well, I don't want to keep up too much of your time here taking off. Just wanted to catch you before you left, but thanks for your time. Everybody's always excited to see what goes on with Brian Ebersole, and I'll keep you guys updated. When I hear something, I'll get it to you guys first. Till next time, you got Brian Ebersole, Mike Neumann. We're gone. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.